Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Scorpio, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Scorpio, let's get started. We're going to start off with you first. We're going to ask how you're currently viewing this relationship. And the cards are already ready to go, so let's get started. We do have the Ten of Wands for you. We also have the King of Cups. And then we also have the Queen of Wands. Okay. All right. Now, in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, Scorpio, I feel like you're the Queen of Wands wrapped up in all of this. I am getting that. I feel like you're the Queen of Wands wrapped up in all of this. Regardless of your gender, male or female, doesn't matter, Scorpio. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But I feel like this person has been trying to, build something with you. I almost want to say for quite some time now. Whoever this person is that has been trying to build with you for quite some time now, it's somebody who does have a lot of emotions for you, Scorpio. It's somebody who cares for you deeply. I do want to look at the Ten of Wands just to get a rough idea what it is that this person has been trying to build and establish with you for quite some time now. But I also want to see why it has been so challenging and hard for them, because whatever it is that they've been trying to build with you, Scorpio, it looks like this person has been faced with a lot of obstacles along the way for whatever reason. So let's look at this Ten of Wands energy. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands. Okay. Yeah. This thing that they've been trying to build with you does have a lot to do with this happily ever after that they can totally see themselves having with you and experiencing with you. It's something that this person really, really does want to have with you, which is like this happily ever after, with you, Scorpio. I do feel like not only does this person want this happily ever after, with you, but you are definitely somebody that means a lot to this person. Not only that, but I am definitely getting that you're very different from what this person's accustomed to dealing with. And that's another thing that I feel this person fights as hard as they do for you and what it is that they want with you. It has a lot to do with the fact that you are very different from what this person's accustomed to dealing with. It's like this person looks at you like you're everything that they could ever want within a person, and then some. So they don't necessarily feel like an opportunity like this is going to pass them by ever again. They don't feel like they're going to ever find what they share with you within someone else. They don't feel like they're ever going to find you, within someone else is basically what I'm gathering. But it's been very hard and challenging, I would say, for this person when it comes down to building and establishing what it is that they really want, with you, Scorpio. It's as if this person feels like, you continue to either think the worst of them or you just continue to push them away time and time again. And every time you push this person away, it really, really does hurt them, because you got to understand that this is somebody who's emotionally invested in you, Scorpio. So it's like the epitome of the love of your life, right? Pushing you away over and over again. I mean, obviously that's going to hurt, and it's going to sting a little bit. And it looks like that's what this person has been experiencing with you. I do want to look a little bit more into the Queen of Wands just to kind of see what's going on with you. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. The fact that the Queen of Cups came out in the reverse, that's telling me that you don't trust this person with your heart. You want to, though. I am getting that. You want to trust this person with your heart, but for whatever reason, you feel like you can't. Okay. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. All right. Then we also have the Sun. It's interesting because what it is that you want with this person is the exact same things that they want with you. You want, this happily ever after with them as well. The problem is that for whatever reason you feel like you just can't trust them. And because you feel like you just can't trust them, it causes you to be extremely guarded when it comes down to your heart space, Scorpio, is basically what I'm getting. I feel like this all kind of boils down to there being a lack of trust, to be honest, and faith that you have within this dynamic that you share with this person. Because there's such a lack of trust and faith that you have within this dynamic that you share with this person, it makes it hard for you to go off and build with this person. It makes it hard for you to lower your guard down with this person. It makes it hard for you to allow yourself to go there, emotionally speaking, because these are things that you want to do with this person. You just feel like you can't, due to there being a lack of trust and faith that you have towards this person, as well as your relationship with them. Let's look at this person a little bit more and see what else we can get here. How does this person currently view this relationship with Scorpio? So we do have the Sun, we do have the Four of Swords, and then we also have the Hangman out here. This person feels like the reason why, you know, you tend to push them away has a lot to do with your past and very little to do with them. That's something that this person's highly convinced of, by the way, Scorpio. They're highly convinced that the reason why you push them away, the reason why you're guarded, the reason why you're overprotective over your heart space has more to do with your past and very little to do with them. They don't necessarily feel like they're doing anything on their end to like give you a reason to like want to run in the opposite direction of this relationship. They don't feel like they're doing anything on their end to cause you to, you know, feel like you can't feel safe and secure with them, or go there, you know, with them emotionally speaking is basically what I'm getting. Scorpio, this person does come off to me as somebody who does want you to feel safe and secure with them, but they just kind of feel like, unfortunately, it is very hard and very challenging due to just things that you've experienced prior to you, you know, getting involved, you know, with them. Maybe you've experienced a lot of like, you know, past traumas in your previous relationship, making it hard for you to trust people, making it hard for you to go there emotionally speaking, you know, with this person or anyone at that. You know, I feel like you want love in your life, and I feel like you know, want somebody that, you know, you could feel safe and secure with and go there with emotionally speaking. But I just kind of feel like, you know, there's a possibility that due to like past traumas you've experienced with other people, it could be very hard for you to do that. It could be very hard for you to do that. I'm also getting to, which I really do like that this is showing up in their energy. I don't think that this person looks at you as somebody who's pushing them away because you don't want to be with them. I feel like this person knows that you're pushing them away just due to like things that you've experienced in previous relationships prior to getting involved with them. So they try their hardest to like not take it personal, but at the same exact time, it's kind of hard for them to not take it personal when they're emotionally invested, if that makes any sense. Okay. How does Scorpio currently feel about this relationship? So we do have the Queen of Pentacles, we do have the Six of Wands, and then we also have the Knight of Wands out here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Cups. So in regards to how you're currently feeling, due to there being a lack of you feeling safe and secure, you know, with this person, it does cause you to feel like maybe, just maybe, you know, you're better off, you know, without this person in your life versus with this person in your life. It kind of looks like you find, it kind of looks like you find a lot of like safety and security being single and alone than being in a relationship with someone. You know, I am definitely getting, prior to you meeting this person, you found a lot of comfort, you know what I mean, and being single and alone versus being in a relationship with someone. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, it looks like it tends to bring up things to the surface that you don't necessarily want to, like, you know, deal with, like past traumas that you've experienced, you know, with other people. You know, romantic relationships might amplify, you know, your trust issues if you have any, your fear of intimacy if you have any. I am definitely getting that. So even though we do see you falling into this energy of you feeling like maybe, just maybe, you're better off without this person in your life versus with this person, you know, in your life, doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to get up and go and just walk away from this relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not either. I just kind of feel like you want to go back, you know what I mean? To like feeling safe and feeling secure and feeling like you don't have anything to worry about, but it's kind of hard because, you know, I could tell how much you really do want to be with this person. I could tell how much emotions you have for them. And I can tell that this is not somebody that you do want to walk away from due to the connection that you feel with them. But at the same exact time, it's like you want to feel safe and secure. You want to feel like, okay, like I don't have anything to worry about. And it's kind of hard for you to feel that way, you know, with this person due to, you know, potentially past traumas and experiences that you've had with other people, Scorpio. How does this person currently feel? Okay, we have the High Priestess, we got the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Eight of Wands. This relationship, it does definitely worry them and concern them, Scorpio. primarily because they just don't really know what to anticipate and or expect out of this entire situation here, between the two of you. Like, they don't know, if they're going to get the outcome that they essentially want, out of you in this dynamic that they share with you or not, because it looks like all they want to do is build towards this happily ever after with you. But kind of looks like I said, they've been facing some challenges along the way, when it comes down to building and establishing the relationship that they want with you due to past traumas and experiences that you've had with other people, Scorpio. But yeah, this relationship, it does worry them and concern them at times because they just don't know like what's going to end up happening here between the two of you. Like, they don't know if things are actually going to work out between the two of you or not. And believe it or not, it does also cause them to feel not so safe and secure as well. So it kind of looks like neither one of you feel entirely safe and secure with one another. I mean, your reasons are very different from the reasons that they have, because your reasons have a lot to do with you constantly being worried and concerned about possibly this person, putting you through things that other people have put you through, making it hard for you to trust them, making it hard for you to feel safe and secure with them. Now for them, as far as like why, they don't feel entirely safe and secure within this dynamic that they share with you, has a lot to do with them looking at you like they don't really know what to anticipate and or expect from you. Like, they don't know if you're going to eventually reach this point with them where you feel like you can trust them. They don't know if you're ever going to reach this point with them where, you do feel safe and secure with them. And they obviously know that you feeling safe and secure within this dynamic that the two of you, share with one another is very important to you. So this person is very worried and concerned that, what if? Scorpio never trusts me. What if Scorpio never feels safe and secure with me and then I end up losing them? What if that happens and that doesn't make this person, feel entirely safe, or secure, because they understand how important it is for you to be with somebody that you trust, you to be with somebody that you feel safe and secure with. And they know that you don't feel safe and secure with them. They know that you don't trust them fully. So it does cause this person to feel like, man, like, what if I do lose Scorpio because they don't feel safe and secure with me? What if I do lose Scorpio? Because they just never learned to trust me and trust the fact that I have good intentions. What if that does happen? I just kind of feel like not only do they not feel safe and secure with you, but this entire situation for them, it is, very frustrating for them, because at the end of the day, it's like they know that they have pure intentions when it comes down to you. They know that they're not doing anything to self-sabotage things here between the two of you. The problem is that that's the very thing that you basically question. And I do feel like this person has this big fear that they might end up losing you, over things that they don't plan on ever putting you through, or that they're currently not even doing to you. Because for some of you, you might find yourself thinking that this person, doesn't have your best interests at heart. You might find yourself even thinking, that this person's constantly doing things, behind your back. And, for them, it would really suck for them to basically lose you over something that they know that they're not doing, and something that they don't even intend on ever doing. You know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you're able to see things from their perspective and, where they're coming from. But what actions will Scorpio take towards this person or moving forward? So we do have the World, we do have the Three of Cups, and then we also have the Five of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Swords. So typically when I get the Queen of Swords, it could represent somebody who's very, very, indecisive. And I am definitely getting, as far as your energy in the near future is concerned, I do see you being very, very indecisive on whether or not, you should continue to see this entire situation between you and this person through, or if you should just give up and walk away. Is basically what I'm getting. But with the World coming out here, that's kind of telling me that that you have to make a decision here. And whatever it is that you do decide to do, Scorpio, it's something that you have to see through. So, if you decide in the end, you know what, I'm going to remain with this person and, work on, healing from my past traumas, so that way it's not continuing to haunt me or affect me within my relationship with this person, and then just see that entire situation through. or you're going to decide in the end to walk away from this entire situation. If in the end you decide to walk away from this entire situation, Scorpio, it's something that, you would have every sort of intentions of seeing through. In other words, if you choose to walk away from this entire situation, you're very determined to never look back. So it kind of looks like this decision that you need to make is something that regardless of whatever it is that you choose to do in the end, it's something that you're gonna have to see through. So if you walk away, it's something that you're gonna have to like see through, or at least that's what you're telling yourself is basically what I'm getting, because you could always walk away and then decide to change your mind at the last minute, but it kind of looks like you're thinking long and hard about what you want to do, with the intentions of, okay, like if I decide to do this in the end, it's something that I'm gonna see through. It's something that I'm going to see through. It's something that I'm not going to eventually later on change my mind about. It's something that I'm going to have to see through, whether that's you walking away from this person or remaining with this person. But the choice is entirely up to you, Scorpio, in reference to what it is that you decide, right, to do in the end, with this connection that is currently in your life. Now, let's see what actions this person plans on taking in your direction and or moving forward. So we do have the Four of Cups for them. We have the Two of Cups for them. And then we also have the Two of Pentacles for them. So in regards to how this person plans on moving forward, at the end of the day, this person knows exactly what it is that they want with you, which is basically a relationship with you, which is basically a life with you. The problem is that this person currently finds themselves in a predicament where they can't, force you to obviously choose them. That's something that, you would obviously have to do, is basically choose them. Because this person definitely does choose you, but they can't force you, you know what I mean, to like choose them in the end. That is entirely up to you, and this person knows that. They currently find themselves in a situation that is completely and utterly out of their control, is basically what I'm gathering. So because they currently find themselves in a situation that's completely and utterly out of their control, all this person can do is just sit here and just hope and pray that you choose them in the end, and that you don't continue to, allow past traumas and experiences that you've had with other people to continue to haunt you and affect you. Because I could tell that this is somebody who really does want you in their life. I could tell that this is somebody who really does want to be with you and build with you, Scorpio. But if you decide, okay, well, this person / relationship is just not good for you, it's just not healthy for you, they can't force you to stay. Although they will try, you know what I mean, to like force you to like, remain with them and just, give them, the basically the benefit of the doubt, that they're not here to hurt you and, betray you and deceive you. But at the end of the day, you're the only one that could honestly make that choice. Scorpio, because I am definitely getting that if you do decide to walk away from this person, I mean, they're still going to try to keep you, in their life. You got to understand this is somebody who's emotionally invested, and, they don't, like I said, want to lose you. They really do want this happily ever after, with you. But, if you do decide to get up and go, I mean, obviously they're going to try to like change your mind, and, get you to see that, all of this is happening just based off of, things that you've experienced with other people that really don't have anything to do, what I mean, with them. I just kind of feel like they are going to put up a fight, you know what I mean, regardless if you choose to like, stay or go. Like if you do decide to stay, I mean, they're going to continue to put up a fight and, show you that they are trustworthy, show you that they are emotionally invested. But if you do decide to go, they're still going to put up a fight, no matter what, to show you that they love you, to show you that they care about you, to show you that they are trustworthy. This is somebody who refuses to like give up, I would say, on you and what they can definitely believe themselves essentially having with you in the end. I'm very curious to see what it is that you're going to decide to do in the end. So we do have, very nice, we do have the Ten of Cups, we have the Emperor to the Six of Pentacles. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Cups. So, Scorpio, that's kind of telling me that in the end, you are going to decide to give this person, as well as your relationship with this person, a chance. And here's why. I think that this person has definitely shown you on multiple different occasions, and or even several different occasions, you know, how much they really do love you and how much they care about you and how they're willing to do whatever it takes to make this relationship work, which is something that I don't necessarily feel like you've ever experienced with anybody else before. Like maybe you dealt with a lot of people that never really proved their love and or loyalty to you like this person does. You know, this is somebody who comes off to me as somebody who doesn't mind putting in the work to show you that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make this relationship work, but they also don't mind proving to you how loyal they are to you, how committed they are to you, how devoted they actually are to you, which is something that, you know, I don't feel like anybody else has ever proved to you or shown to you, which makes this person very different from what you're accustomed to basically dealing with. So in the end, it looks like you are making a choice, and this choice is to continue to remain with them and see this relationship through. I think that to a degree, you kind of know that this could have a lot to do with your past and things that you've experienced, you know, with other people. But when you find yourself, Scorpio, feeling like, you know, this person's out to get you, like they don't have your best interests at heart, and they're probably doing this, that, and the third behind your back, you got to remind yourself where all of this is even stemming from to begin with. And it's stemming from, you know, past relationships that, you know, you've had, you know, with other people. You got to remind yourself, you know, you got to remind yourself of that. So that way you don't find yourself continuing to be haunted, you know, by things that other people have essentially put you through while in this dynamic that you share with this person. The more you sit there and remind yourself where all of this is stemming from, you know, the more you're going to start to find yourself slowly making progress when it comes down to feeling safe and secure with them, because it is possible to feel safe and secure with this person. You just got to remind yourself that everything that you're experiencing within your relationship with this person, although it may not be pleasant, you know, for you, as far as your trust issues are concerned, your fear of intimacy is concerned, you got to remind yourself that the only reason why you're feeling this way within this relationship, Scorpio, does have a lot to do with things that other people have put you through, not things that this person has put you through or things that they plan on even putting you through. Okay, so hopefully the reading helped you today. Hopefully it resonated with you today. Hopefully it gave you the clarity that you were looking for, Scorpio. And yeah, that's what I have for you. So I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.